What's good, Horror Horde? This is your boy Horror Gamer, and I am back with another review for you. So sit back, relax, get ready for some epicness, and without further ado, let's get it. That's right, Horror Horde. Your boy Horror Gamer has one hell of a review for you today. So, before we get into it, just know though that your boy Horror Gamer's reviews have, that's right, spoilers in them all day, every day. So if you haven't seen this movie, pause this, go check it out, come back, let me know in the comment section what you think, whether you enjoyed the movie, whether you hated the movie, whether it was something that you were into, or something that kind of missed the mark for you a little bit. But just know, anything beyond this point is on you. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be reviewing Fear Street 1994. So, what can your boy Horror Gamer say about Fear Street 1994? This movie was 100% a good time. I was shocked at this movie because, this movie had the potential to be released in theaters. Netflix got a hold of it or whatever and made it into, I think it's like a triple feature kind of deal where each, like this week they dropped Fear Street 1994. Next week they're dropping Fear Street 1978 or something, and then I think the following week they're dropping 1666. So it's a trilogy of movies, but they started off with the bang. Your boy Horror Gamer grew up in the 90s, so there was a lot of things in this movie that really brought me back to that time. Like, for one, I'm just gonna go right out of the way, and I'm just going to say it right off the bat. The fucking soundtrack to this movie was on point. I loved the soundtrack to this movie. It was to the point where I was telling my girlfriend constantly that this soundtrack was one of the best soundtracks to a movie that I've heard, because growing up in the 90s, all these songs your boy Horror Gamer grew up with, and for them to put that in a movie and make it feel like a 90s movie, it was so well done. Now, I didn't follow the books as a kid. I was more of a Goosebump guy, but I heard that the books were pretty decent and they went with an R rating on this, while the Goosebump movies that got released at theaters were kind of like PG for like kids and shit. They went R in this one, and they went hard R. Like, there was gore, the kill scenes were epic as shit, the blood effects, everything was just so good. So basically this movie is, there's these two towns that are like right next to each other, they're rival towns, and there is a legend of a witch who was hung, and she made a curse onto this town, and her name was, I forget, something Fear. And throughout the years, she possesses somebody, and they just basically go on like a killing spree, but they dive deeper into like this lore. And the reason they do this is because one of the girls in this movie, she basically disturbs the witch's resting place, and so she's marked, and the killers throughout the years that she's possessed are coming back to kill her. And I love the way they made it into like a ghost story. It wasn't just a slasher movie. They made it as like a kind of like a ghost story slasher movie, which was amazing. I love the fact that it was supernatural. They made it a supernatural type movie, because when you watched the trailers, It looked like it was going to be a lot of a slasher kind of flick, kind of like it had a Scream feel in the trailer. But then as you watch the movie, you realize that it's more supernatural based, and it's more the curse of the witch, and the ghost of the witch is coming, and she's coming through these other people that she had possessed throughout the years, and they're coming to kill this girl. And it was just so well done. It was a beautiful story. It was there was comedy in it, there was drama, there was everything in this movie, and it was such a great time. If you like gore effects, you're not going to be disappointed. If you like characters who are in there for like the comedic relief, you're not going to be disappointed. The guy who they had as the comic relief, he was funny. Like, there was a few times that this dude made me laugh out loud, and if you're into seeing people you can't stand get it, you're not going to be disappointed in this movie. I'm telling you, everything about this movie had it. The director did their thing with this movie, and I definitely 100% recommend that you watch this movie. It's on Netflix, so if you have a Netflix subscription, go on there, check it out. It's definitely worth the time. I love it. I'm probably going to watch it again, and then I'm going to watch it another time when the trilogy comes out, because I want to watch the trilogy, because I will say this: each movie is going to tie in with the previous. They've already kind of, the way they make it sound, that's what's going to happen. I tried to keep this a little spoiler, not like super spoilers, because I want you guys to see it. I gave you vague details, but you guys got to watch this movie. This is a movie that you owe it to yourself to check out. So, with all that being said, what would your boy H0rr0rgamer give Fear Street 1994? I'm going to go a solid 8 out of 10. There were little things that kept it from being a perfect 10 out of 10, but there wasn't much. For me, there was little nitpicks that kept it from being perfect, but all in all, the movie was fantastic. The movie was fun. I definitely recommend you check it out. Fear Street 1994, 100% H0rr0rgamer approved. So, all right, H0rr0rr, with all that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this review as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with that dingly ding ding button. That way, every time your boy H0rr0rgamer throws up one of these reviews, you're in the know. Also, when you are done doing that, head on over to the official H0rr0rgamer Patreon. Link will be in the description box below. I'm taking all the guesswork out for you. Then, after all that's said and done, head on over to the Z Network and see what kind of cool stuff we got going on out there. A bunch of us creators got together and just created something special for everybody. Conveniently enough, once again, the link to that will be in the description box below. And then when all that is said and done, your boy H0rr0rgamer is also going to leave the link tree to his brand new podcast, Horror Haven LLC, where it's your boy H0rr0rgamer and your homegirl Gabby Gore, and every week we get together, we pick a topic, and we just break it down. We already have our first episode up where we just kind of give you guys a little introduction on what we do, and then we have a discussion on the man, the myth, the legend, Candyman. So definitely check that shit out. And those links will be in the description box below. Your boy H0rr0rgamer is taking the guesswork out of everything for you today. So yeah, definitely check that out. And with all that being said, H0rr0rr, I love you guys. Thank you guys. And until next time, this is your boy H0rr0rgamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.